Hi everybody, this is Catherine from In the Pink Designs. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Everything I use today you can purchase from Stampin' Up! Through me at the address at the top of the screen. If you're new here, please subscribe and hit the like button. Today I have a special project. This was an extra video this week for one of my lovely subscribers, Natalie, who asked me to make a box that would fit her ring bombs. So this is what I came up with, and it measures 1 3/4 by 1 3/4. The ring bomb is really 1 1/2 by 1 1/2, but I figured she might want tissue or some of the shred in there. But apparently what you do is you can use this in a bath or in the sink, I guess, if you don't want to take a bath. And a ring is in the middle. So after this video, I will be checking what ring I got. So what I used for this is the hand Penned Petals design stamp set, hand penned DSP, the Penned Flowers dies, some Highland Heather cardstock, and some of the glittered Organdy ribbon. Alrighty, so let me show you all the things we need. Not much for this. We need some basic white cardstock for stamping. And we need a piece of Highland Heather that is 7 1/2 by 5 1/4. And then we need 5 pieces of the hand penned designer series paper that are 1 5/8 by 1 5/8. Alright, so let's get our simply scored, and we're going to start on the 7 1/2 inch side, and we're going to score at 1/2, 2 1/4, 4, and 5 3/4. Then we're going to turn it to the 5 1/4 side, and we're going to score at 1 3/4 and at 3 1/2. And that's it. Okay, now I'm going to fold and burnish. I have some glitter from the Organdy ribbon. Falls off. Not too much, but a little bit each time. Alrighty. Don't forget about Celebration. You get free products for every $50 you spend, even demonstrators. So if you would like to join my team, we have only till September 30th. You get a free bundle along with the $125 worth of product for $99 free shipping. Okay. And how we're going to put the paper is the skinny rectangle is going to be on the left hand side, and this is what we're going to do. It's not as hard as it looks because these are really the squares, but we just cut them down so they don't interfere. Okay, so we're going to start with the skinny rectangle at the bottom. Okay, that's where we're going to start cutting. Alright, so we're going to start on the bottom left, and we're going to go over to the first score line, and we're going to cut up to the second score line. Okay, we're going to get rid of this top rectangle, and then we're going to get rid of we want a little over half of this rectangle, of this square left. Okay, so we're going to cut that off, and then we're going to wedge the sides. Okay, so this is going to be our top flap. So we're going to go to the other side of the top flap, and we're going to cut to the second score line. We're going to cut off this rectangle and then make it a little over half of the square we're going to cut off. Oh, I did a little more on this, but that's okay. And then just wedge each side of the square. I'm going to make them even now so it doesn't look lopsided. Okay, now we're going to turn it so what's left of the skinny rectangle is on the right hand side. Alright, so we're going to leave this square alone. We're just going to cut up next to it straight to the first score line. Go to the other side of this square and cut that up to the first score line, and then we're going to wedge sides of this middle square and cut off about half of it. Okay, now we're going to turn it 180 so that our flap, our skinny rectangle piece, is to the left. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to start on the lower right. We go over one score line, and we're going to cut straight to the first score line we come to. Move to the other side of this square, cut straight up again to the first score line. Okay, now we're going to cut about half of this square off, a little less, and then wedge the sides. Okay, and that's what your cardstock should look like after your cutting is done. Now we're going to round the corners of the flap with the detail trio punch. And the square that's directly below it, all the way at the end, we're going to take, actually, let's wait on that. Okay. All right, so now this is what your cardstock should look like after you cut it and you punched it with the detail trio punch. All right, now I'm going to take tear and tape, and I'm going to put on the back side of these flaps here in the middle of the two sets of squares. I'm going to put some tear and tape, one close to the score line and one close to the edge. I'm going to take your pick tool, and I'm going to remove the backings. Okay, now we're going to attach these to the bigger part, the part with the flap. So you want the top here of this, the straight part of this rectangle, well, it's a rectangle now, but it was a square, to go straight with the bottom of this square here. Okay, and then do the same thing. This line here is straight with this line. Okay, and that's what it should look like now. All right, now we're going to put tear and tape on the outer squares. I'm going to put two pieces again, one close to the score line and one at the edge. And then we're going to make sure that the bottom and this side edge matches up with this bottom and this side edge. Okay. Same with this side. And this one's a tiny bit crooked, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, I didn't line that up perfect, so just take off a little off the bottom. All right, and there we have our box. Okay, now we're going to put our DSP on. The first one I'm going to do is this front piece right here. I'm going to use some liquid glue. Right on there. There's only about a 1/16 of an inch border around all of it. Since it's such a small box, I usually do 1/8 inch, but it's such a tiny box, I didn't want to do it smaller. Okay, once that's set a little bit, then I'm going to take my circle punch and just clip a little bit so that when they close it, they have an easy grip to pull it open. All right, and then I'm going to put the rest of the DSP all around. Okay, then we're going to let that dry and we're going to do some stamping. And we're going to use this large image right here from Penned Petals. And I'm going to use Tuxedo Black Ink. just going to, well, I should be using my mat, but let's see if this, yeah, it's fine this time. Okay, and I've already cut the image out with the matching dies from Penned Flowers dies. What we're going to be using is this flower and these two, and this leaf. We're going to cut the leaves off. I'm going to fussy cut everything out, okay? But we can leave it together while we're coloring it. Oops. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Dark So Saffron for the middle of the flower. I'm going to use Light and Dark Soft Succulent for the leaves. So the dark I'm just going to run along the veins and along the spots where they put a little bit of shadow. And then I'm going to take the light soft succulent and I'm just going to blend it in. Okay. And now for the flower, I didn't like how the light Highland Heather looked. It just wasn't the right color. So we're only going to use the dark. And then I'm going to add some Wink of Stella so that it kind of, let's try it this way first. I might have to color over it, but let's try it like this. And I'm going to blend out the edges with Wink of Stella. Let's see if it'll do it. No. A blender pen would. I'm just going to do it now just to make sure that it doesn't make everything different. All right. So you can skip that step. And I'm just going to finish coloring it in with all dark. And then after you finish coloring, then you can add the Wink of Stella. I was hoping that it would do a much lighter, but the lighter Wink of Stella looked more pink. The lighter, I'll show you. The lighter Highland Heather kind of looked shocking pink, and it just didn't go with this box, so I didn't want to use that. All right. Oh, I forgot one leaf. All right, then I'm just going to fussy cut out the pieces I need. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to put our balm, our ring balm, and some more of the shred in here. And close it up, and that helps me a little bit. Now also, if you don't want to, you could just do all the cutting and add the DSP and then just leave it not put together until you have something, have a balm to put in it, or you could put kisses in here for a favor, whatever you like. You can make them and then only put it together, only glue it, or use tear and tape when you need to put it all together. All right, now first I'm going to run some, and we're leaving the finger hole in the front, which I usually don't do, but this time I'm doing that. And I want to tie the bow kind of right at the edge here. Alrighty. Now, first I'm going to get my Stampin' Pierce mat, and I'm just going to give this a little bit of dimension by using the cap of the sticky stuff. And I'm just going to push it just so that it lifts up a little bit. All right, and then I'm going to put dimensionals around it. And this will pull it down a little, but not flat. Oops. All right, and this will probably attach to some parts of the ribbon, but they don't have to pull the ribbon all the way out to retie it. All right, and then I'm just going to make sure my ribbon's in the right spot and just push that down just like that. All right, now we're going to need some liquid glue, and we're going to put our leaves where we would like them. And put these two out through here. And you could always do a totally, it doesn't have to be flowers, it can be some other type of decoration. Totally different colors, whatever you like. But this is just my take. Alrighty, and then for the final touch, I'm going to put one of these Playing with Patterns resin dots, which you don't have to do either. But I am going to take the second to largest of the yellow. I'm not sure if that's Daffodil Delight. I'm going to put it right in the middle, so you still see a little bit of the So Saffron peeking out from underneath. And that's it. I want to thank Natalie so much for sending me a ring balm to try out. And I will put a link below where to buy them from her. Thank you so much for coming to watch my channel today. All of the measurements are on my blog, which the link is listed below. Also, I said the link to her blog will be below, and where you can shop for any of these products through me. Thank you so much, and I will see you next time. Bye.